Hi, I'm Annie Schachtel.
Hi, I'm Karen Asselin, and we're both Bowspring ATEX teachers. We have Bowspring ATEX is basically an online studio. It's global. People practice from all over the world, and we have a wonderful supportive community. We have classes sometimes twice or three times a day on Bowspring ATEX, so you can check out the schedule and join our classes. How are you today, Annie?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm joyful to talk about today's topic in this episode, which is tiny joys.
Yeah, that's the theme of our week. And we made mention in the previous episode that all of our classes have weekly themes, and then each teacher will talk about that theme. And it's beautiful because everybody kind of shares it from a different view and a different
Mm.
way. And then students can come and kind of compare, not compare, but have a good discussion that's, different each time. So this week is our tiny joys. And really, when you think about the shape of joy is like literally bowspring. You've got people, if you think about even we just finished the World Cup, right? So how do people celebrate? Their arms are lifted, their gazes to the sky, their mouth is open, they're shouting, they're jumping, they're lifting, they're leaping. And so that's literally the shape of bowspring, where we extend our arms in a V vector and lift and
Mm.
open the front of our throat, open the belly. We hop sometimes in classes too. We jump, we spring. We're trying to create this springy posture that's joyful.
Yeah, and in our previous episode, we just talked about these tendencies we might have to stay in a pattern that is either scared, stuck, or sleepy. And the tiny joys is like the opposite of that. It's really to embody the Bowspring method, and through that, like create joy, like in your body, from inside and out, and to embody joy through an open and expansive posture.
And I love that when, people come to class, we do give them tools for everyday life. Like, what can you do when you're feeling a little blue or you're feeling a little less joyful, right?
Mm.
So we talked about the practice of gratitude and finding the little things that we can be joyful for, because there's never going to be a time in your life where all the pieces of the puzzle have come together perfectly and everything is exactly the way you wanted it to be, and
Mm.
there's nothing that's going amiss. I mean, I wish that sounds like a great time, but we all know, living for as long as we have, that there's always something that went awry or didn't work out, or the family member that's mad, or the guy that didn't show up or whatnot, right? It's like, there's always going to be something, or someone that got ill, right? A lot of people are battling with illness and with heaviness or sadness. And we need like tiny little things that we can do in order to build the joy. And gratitude is one of those practices where you just find things throughout your day, and it can be simple things, the sun that you can see. I know you live in a place that gets dark for a long time of the year
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Sweden. And so celebrating the sunshine is a big deal. You know it, right? And like the bird song, or laughter, or a smile on a child, or
Yeah.
having a roof over your head. Like so many don't.
Yeah. And it can be like something that you can bring in your everyday life in such a simple way, just like practicing gratitude. You can start and end the day with like journaling and just writing down a few things that you're grateful for. Because when you do practice these thoughts, they will stick in your body and you will feel them more and you will more connected, and the more you use that pathway from mind to body, you will feel it, and it will be more integrated,
Yeah.
and then you can um, hopefully like replace the worry or the fear or the sadness with that joy and that gratitude the more you practice it. Of course, it's not to like push away like the sorrows you might have, or if you
Right.
have a big grief, like of course you need to take care of that. It's not about not feeling that. It's more about if you're stuck in a pattern that's not useful for you, like what you have to be sad for, like can you instead shift your perspective onto the things you do have that is so great in your life and practice that gratitude. And we talk a lot about, or we, but like the last, I don't know, 10 years or so, it has been such a like hot topic to talk about triggers. I think it's also in relation to that trauma has been so spoken about, so researched. So we talk about our triggers and what triggers us. If someone does something, if someone says something, you get so easily triggered, and it has that negative feeling to it when you get triggered. And instead you can shift it and instead think of glimmers. So these small things that you were just mentioning, like here when we have sun in Sweden, it's for sure a glimmer in my day. I'm like, yes, sun. It's something that brings me joy. So that's a glimmer in my life. Or for example, this morning when I was enjoying my morning coffee and my two kids were sitting on the floor playing so nicely with each other, that was like a glimmer. I just soaked it in. I felt the gratitude for being where I am in life. And the more you hold on to those glimmers, the more you are just noticing those glimmers in your life, and then that pathway, like that neurological pathway, like in your brain to the body, will get more established. And the more you practice that, the more you will feel it and the more you will live it. Yeah,
Yeah, and you'll draw more of that to you too, because it's like
sure.
the frequency that you're in is, you're attracting what you're giving out. And so if you're in this, and I agree exactly with what you said. Like it's not like we're saying, okay, never feel sad, never feel traumatized, or no, that's not it. Like feel all of it. If
Yeah.
we said Bowspring is the shape of joy, it's the shape of openness. And when you open in this way, you're going to feel more. So it could be more of the sad, or it could be
Yeah.
more of the joy, and it could be all of it together. And we have to let all of that go through us. But it's exactly what you mentioned. Like we're not going to harden to that. We're
Yeah.
not going to stay there. We'll experience the hardship. We'll experience the grief. We'll experience the sadness. We'll experience all of it. It's all going to come to us and through us. But then we're going to make these choices to move towards joy as much as we can, to celebrate
Yeah.
what we have. So many don't have a house, don't have a car, don't have indoor plumbing. I mean, come on, running water in the faucet is something that people still till today do not have. Hot
Yeah.
water. I lived for a long time with no hot water, and I'll tell you, doing dishes with no hot water is no joke. All right. And so it's like, and I say dishes, that's another one for me. I stand in the kitchen and it's like, oh my gosh, all these dishes, all this, all, but you can flip that and be like, I'm so grateful that I have all of these dishes, that I
Mm.
have dishes to even wash, that I have a family to feed, that I have all of these things that I'm sure maybe even some of the listeners right now are yearning for. You mentioned your children. It's like that is a big thing to be thankful for. Not
Yeah.
everybody gets blessed with that, and so to even just have that is like so. I'm always so grateful for my family for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, but so like we said, the remedy is really not to suppress the negative like
Right.
experiences. It's to just to foster and to like integrate the more positive ones, so they
Mhm.
become more like a permanent part of you. So glimmers instead of triggers. How can you choose glimmers instead of triggers
Yeah,
in your life? And where you were talking, like you were opening up with how Bowspring is essentially joy, like embodied, how we take on that like expansive open posture through the Bowspring method. And it's really what we feel through this platform when we come together, when we practice together. It's a global community that we've created, and we can feel when we practice, even when you practice like in your home by yourself, you're connected through the screen with several
yeah,
other people, and you feel that you're a part of community and that you're in it together and that you're growing together.
it's true.
And that brings me a lot of joy to know that I'm a part of that, feel that I'm a part of that. And
Yeah,
after class, we usually open up for questions, and we have a discussion and chat. And yeah,
yeah.
it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, that's a big part of, I mean, that brings me so much joy, being able to teach and be a part of this community and being connected all over the world and really in this it feels like this network of love and safety because we know that we talk about joy, but it's not easy to build like self-love and really appreciation because I think that's where it starts first. We have to build that within ourselves to have a good
True.
relationship. When we look in the mirror, we're always so self-critical about ourselves and what we see and what we like and what we don't like. And when building that, like really repetitively showing up, repetitively,
Mm.
using kind words or having these gratitude affirmations or, just noticing the glimmers in your life, like you said, that will build this boost within ourselves. And that's a boost to your immune system that fights stress and pain, that supports
Mm.
longevity. It promotes a healthier lifestyle. And when we think a little bit about the chemistry, there are all these neurotransmitters that help us feel happy. So like
Mm.
dopamine is activated by pleasure and reward. Like we did something, we feel satisfied. We came to a Bowspring class, we
Yeah.
practiced in community, we smiled during class. It can be like small little things that will give us that dopamine release. And then oxytocin is like it's activated by physical touch, by warm hugs, by, even if we are
Love.
doing love,
Mm.
therapeutics on ourselves, we're giving ourselves love, we're caring. We do a lot of that, hands-on assist for ourselves. That's a great, good boost for oxytocin. We all need that. And like
Yeah.
serotonin is activated by mood or behavior or appetite or even sleep. And, even
The
sun.
endorphins,
Yeah,
endorphins when we practice, when we move our
right.
bodies. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The kicks. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, the endorphins are super powerful because, even when we elevate our heart rate or if we're dancing or if we're in a Bowspring class, it's a mood booster.
Mm.
It's like a joy producer or something like that. We can think about it like that. It's like you work your muscles, you create uniform tone, and the gift that you get is not only tensegrity, which is an even
Mm.
push and pull effect, and you feel weightless in your body, but it's also joy. We used to call
Mm.
it Bowspring bliss, right?
Yeah, that's right.
We're all like blissed out after a class, just sitting there laughing and
Yeah.
happy. And I think that's something to share with the world and celebrate, and obviously not just through Bowspring can you gain joy, but I mentioned dancing or breath work or meditation. You can build
Mm.
on those practices and build joy from within. Laugh.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say like any modality that allows yourself to be like free, open, expansive, playful,
Mm.
creative. All of that is just like so helpful to be more open to the glimmers and to feel the joy and to embody joy in you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. The whole,
Mm.
yeah, that's a great one. And
Mm.
and just to stay open to it all, because we're in one day, in 1 hour, we can feel that full spectrum of sadness to joy to,
Yeah.
heartbreak and extreme bliss. So to be open to it all. And I think the most important thing is really like feeling together in it and not alone. I think so much
Mm.
in life separates us from, they want you to stay in your house and stay quiet and stay, small and not make too much noise and not disrupt the peace too much and all that. And like, it can make people feel isolated. Also, with the online community, you're always like constantly comparing yourself to some online image or idea or something that sometimes
Mm.
isn't even real, or we have all these bots, putting us up against each other and just it's not even a real person. So just remembering that we're in it together, that you're not alone, and that we can join forces and that we can, be on this path together. Like I feel so lucky to be on this path with
Mm.
you and all the other teachers and the community. I think
Likewise.
that's, yeah, it's such a beautiful
Yeah.
gift from Bowspring.
Yeah, so this week, but every week we are practicing Tiny Joys. But this week it should be from August 5th to August
Nice.
11th. Yeah,
Yes, 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 that's right.
that we
Yeah.
are focusing on the this theme
Yeah, join us,
especially.
join us. And something that you could do at home to boost joy I think it's some hops, if you just spin, if you just
Mm.
do like take your arms to one side and spin either 360 degrees or 180 degrees, whatever, and land light. And, even if that sounds a little complex, just hop, little tiny bunny hops around the house. I swear it makes you feel better because it's like you're
Are
kind of
you really
laughing at
are
yourself
you
for
doing
doing it.
that?
I do it.
Oh my God.
I used to like be committed to this one. I have this like long entry and I'd be like, because Desi was here, Desi Springer, the co-founder of Bowspring, was here one time, and she's like, "Oh, we should do these
Oh,
like deep
oh, I
squat
love
hops
that.
all the way." And so that stayed with me. So sometimes there were times where I was dedicated, and now I'm a little less, but
Oh,
I still hop. I definitely still.
I'm definitely,
We dance at
yeah,
the end of the day with the kids. We dance. We put
yeah.
music and we dance, and
That's so good. Yeah, we put on music here as well and dance together, and both of my kids are just like, well, so happy. Um, but I'm definitely gonna try the hopping like a bunny. My kids, I can just see it in
hilarious.
front of me that my kids will hop after me as I
Exactly,
hop.
exactly. They join on, and it's
Yeah,
hilarious to watch them jump as well. It's funny.
yeah. Luckily, I don't have a big apartment. Yeah. But yeah, just like what you said, I was gonna suggest to put on like your favorite song and just dance without thinking about like how are you moving or how it looks like. Just dance your heart out. That would be a good one. Or practicing gratitude by writing down
Yeah,
like just a few things that you're grateful for. That
that's
has helped
perfect.
me.
That's helped me too. I've been doing
Yeah,
that for a long, long time. Just like
yeah,
in the morning, in the night, it sets the mood, it sets the tone, and you fall asleep or you wake up and you're grateful for what you have.
yeah.
There's
Like
always someone.
what from today will what I want do I want to bring with me like into my sleep or when I wake up what do I feel when I wake up and what do I want to bring into the day. um
It's so
yeah,
important. So important.
yeah. Well, thank you, Karen, for talking about
Thank
tiny joys
you.
together with me.
Thank you. Bye.